All right, hey guys, we're back. Hole number 9 here, and wanted to potentially give you guys some alternate methods. And I'm a little hesitant to go with Thor's hammer based on its power number. Might be able to clear, but also might not. Aside from that, we're probably going to go Guardian here. You can see I only have a Guardian 7, but it's still going to be manageable. Would be a little bit easier with a turbo ball, but we might be able to squeak by on a extra mile Guardian with a well-played tee shot. I think I can probably clear with this, and it has higher accuracy. I don't know if it's worth it. Well, at least know this. If I can clear it with the Thors, then I can definitely clear it with an extra mile. It's basically just going to come down to, extra mile just has worse accuracy. So you might not want to use it because of that fact. But, if I get by with my Thor's hammer here, then that stands to reason that, well, the only problem is I got a really good wind, and you might not be able to get an equally good wind as me every single time. You might only get a 9-something here, and that might be the difference between clearing and not clearing. So it might be beneficial for you to bring turbo balls just in case that wind's down. So just something to think about. And there you can see I was able to get perfect ball. And I do believe that it probably is going to clear into this fairway. You can see I have more than enough. And I put as much top spin as I could, get it down as close to this bunker as I can. 461. If you want to make note of some numbers, because I'm probably going to beat that as hard as I can. And you'll see how close I am to that bunker, even with a Guardian 7. We'll see firsthand. It's going to be very wind specific because, like we just had an 11 there on our wind, on my second shot it might be a 9. Like, you just don't know. If you guys watch my video from this morning, I think on this hole I did get a 9 somewhere on this hole when I used the Berserker. I forget which shot, if it was the first or second. But here we're going to be coming out with a Guardian 7, which has 4 less yards than that other one. So I do want you guys to keep that in mind, that I have a little bit less yardage. But I still believe I'm going to try 8 backspin here. And we are going to try to go full. I do believe we're still good. It's going to make it to that fairway. We made it close enough to the bunker. So this just goes to show you that 461 is going to give you a good number. And you can pay attention to where my ball lands as well, whether or not it barely makes it or if it has plenty of room to spare once I actually land this on that fairway. There you can see with a great ball, I do believe that's going to shoot my ball a little bit out to the right. You can see I barely made it on, and it actually cost me because had I hit perfect ball, that would have been up there by the green. I could have took off some of the backspin. But you can see I was only a yard or 2 from pulling that off. I could have tweaked the backspin, but also perfect ball was probably the difference. I bet you I would have been up there with perfect, or even great ball left. I bet you both of those would have been up on the putting surface. So you can just see, even with that Guardian 7, I can barely creep it on with that 461 drive, but it was enough to get there. And we had kind of an average wind, so it could have been a little bit better, which would have put it a little bit more centered into the fairway, which would have definitely put it up on that green. So you just got to keep that in mind and, try to work on perfect ball, or at least maybe left of center if you're trying to right curl it. So keeping that in mind, that might be the last time I miss perfect ball on the right, just because I'll mentally just make a note, because I've done this twice now to where I've missed to the right and it's kind of cost me. And I think even if I miss left there, it would have probably trickled up. But at the very least, we're going to have a Nirvana pitch, and very similarly to what I've mentioned several other times, if you hit your perfect ball and focus, you will make the shot anyway. So it's not a big deal. And there you can see I was able to get mine. and roll it in. But in any regard, good luck with your guys' rounds. I've given you a lot to concentrate on, look at. Just be super critical. This hole, it's all going to come down to the wins you get and the way that you play the shot. Because I'm telling you, we're talking fractions of inches. I was a perfect ball away from being putting up there. Like that's all. That was the only difference. It was that close to getting up on top there. So keep all those little tips and tricks in mind, and I think you guys will be able to handle it and get some really good results there. As you can see, if I can do that with a Thor's hammer, then it stands to reason that no problem with Extra Mile. So good luck, guys, and catch you guys next time.